Alright, well, I did a little thingy for my blog talking about these two radios a little bit, and I had a person ask why I didn't do a YouTube video to go with it, so here's a YouTube video to go with it. Both of these are ZD Racing radios. I've received them with different cars, and both of them have some pretty distinct differences between them. This one is the T3G-2400, and this one is the T3GMN-2400. First thing you'll notice is that the face here is different. The casing itself, for the most part, is identical, but both of these feature a third channel switch mounted up here on the top, and that's pretty much the majority of the features right there. The on-off switch is located here on the back side, where you can easily manipulate it with your thumb, and there is a charging port here on the back side. Main differences though between these are this one uses knobs to be able to change your steering, dual rate, and your throttle and steering trim, and this one uses buttons on the top of the steering wheel for the throttle, and the bottom is for steering, for the steering centering and or trim, and then the steering dual rate is actually located down here at the bottom where your thumb will normally be resting. So most of the controls are all pretty easy to get to. The throttle you're not going to mess with very much on the go, so it's not really a necessity, but the steering trim and the steering dual rate is very easy to access with your thumb, just like the on-off switch. And the other real difference is this one, the GMN, has 50-50 on the steering throw, has a switch located here, and it also has 3-7 or 3-7 to adjust how much throttle throw you have, which can be actually pretty helpful if you're racing or something where you're looking for a very fine throttle control. For some reason they did not include this on the G model with the LEDs. But like I said, there is a charging port right here at the very bottom, and it is recommending a 6-volt input, max 200 milliamp, which is probably fairly sound. The very bottom just has a pull-off cover to get to the batteries, and the battery tray is actually set up for 8 AA's, or meant to hold 8 AA's, but the other ports don't have metal terminals to be able to hold the batteries. The only real complaint I have about these units is that the tray is not secured to the bottom of the transmitter. Normally I end up putting a piece of double-sided tape in here to hold it up to the bottom so it can't fall out if the cover is removed, because every once in a while I throw batteries in something and set it down and forget about it. And they also don't give you very much slack here for the wires. There's just enough so that this can drop out and yank on the wires. There is not a plug-in down here on the bottom to be able to plug in your own battery pack, or to say replace the wires if you yank out the lower portion. So if it yanks too hard and tears it up, you're probably going to disconnect it straight from the circuit board, or if you're lucky you might just yank it off of the plug-in down here, but soldering will be required. Despite this space being somewhat of a waste, if you're really bad about not charging your batteries, it might be helpful to store a couple of extra rechargeables in there, just in case. Both of these do have alarms for low battery voltage. Once they get down, I'm not really sure to what level. I've never measured them or measured it, but once they get down to a certain point, they will start giving you an incessive and annoying beep that will make you want to shut them up as fast as possible. This one, the GMN, the red LED located there in the center, does slowly dim down as the voltage drops, but it's not really a good indicator. It just slowly fades down to a very dim red. But that's pretty much it. Both of these came with the same receiver. It is the R3-2400. It's a 3-channel receiver, and say it's fairly small, fairly compact. Hasn't given me any problems yet out of them either. Let's see what's something I got for a size reference. Yeah, there's a 9-volt battery. That's compared to a 9-volt battery. Not the smallest thing on the market, but definitely not a space waster, I would say. And yeah, I think that's about it.